Anderson founded. There's a little bit of a story here. The United States Jiu-Jitsu Federation did vote to give Hanshi George Anderson a 10th degree black belt the month before he died, and have never been able to present that. So Mr. Brothers is here tonight to do that. The two gentlemen here, Carl Wilcox and Ray Overholt, are the presidents. We have two presidents of the Kwanmukan International. Okay, the organization that succeeds from George Anderson's passing, and they are our seniors and our leaders. I represent the USA Karate Federation. There's a number of signatures on the certificates from the Kwanmukan Shihan and from the people that are active in the USA Karate Federation and the people that are active in the United States Jiu-Jitsu Federation. So, Bruce, you want to say anything?
Well, thank you very much. I just like to say that Hanshi Anderson was a very personable gentleman that meant so much to so many of us, and it was obvious that it was time for him to be promoted to 10th Dan, and we were looking for the right opportunity. And unfortunately, his unexpected passing happened, and we weren't able to do this. So tonight, we're ready to present those. Should we go ahead and present those certificates? Okay. Well, we're just glad to be able to do this tonight, and I'll pass the.
The United States Jiu-Jitsu Federation also has a master's examiner's license for Hanshi George Anderson also.
The Kwanmukan was a process that evolved because of the conceptual creative thinking George E. Anderson, Grandmaster. He's reached out in many ways to each and every one of us, okay, through the Kwanmukan and other. But the Kwanmukan itself was his basic soul in which he perpetuated. We'd like to thank everybody for being here, okay, and to honor his creation, the Kwanmukan Zendokai International. Thank you.
To begin with, Dave, I cannot begin to tell you how much I appreciated what you had to say about Mr. Anderson. I'm going to tell you a little story. When I was trying to make up my mind whether to go with the Oju Kim, I went up to Oju Kim's, it was on Fair Lawn, and I had a friend with me by the name of Bob Swedling. And the first time I'd ever visited Oju Kim's class at night, and Mr. Anderson was there, and he ran the Kata Taki 3. Taki Sanda. And this friend of mine, Bob, turned and looked at me after he was done. He said, "That is the most powerful thing I ever saw in my life." And shortly after that, I joined Oju Kim. But at that time, in 1969, when I started with Oju Kim, Mr. Anderson was already a 4th degree black belt. And for me to be up here in 2019, in the presence of all you folks, and being involved in presenting him as 10th Dan is an honor beyond belief. Thank you.
When I speak to the USA Karate Federation, and I don't think that organization, the people here need to hear a lot, because that was us. We did it with him. We followed him. We go along with his ideas, his plans, and we created one hell of an organization. And I don't think anybody else in this world, in the United States especially, has been able to do what he was able to do with the United States Karate Federation, USA Karate Federation. So. We're going to present the certificates of Judan to Hanshi Anderson's wife, Joan Anderson. Joan, on behalf of the USA Karate Federation, I'd like to accept this award of 10th Dan for your husband. And I will Kwanmukan Shihan real quick, get up here behind us.
me to do it?
I'll do it. I'll do it.
And on behalf of these individuals, I'd like to warn you that 10th degree plan.
My hands are kind of full here, but I know your hands are even fuller, Joan. But what I have here is the certificates from the United States Jiu-Jitsu Federation for the 10th Dan George Anderson. And as well as that, we have also a certificate here for Grandmaster Hanshi Anderson. And I'll send both of those to you this time. And we have something else we'd like to give to you. And this is a book that George Anderson helped put together the United States Jiu-Jitsu National System. This book is our second book. Both books are dedicated to dedication to George Memorial, and it's been signed by many of our elected officials.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. On the lighter note, last year we came, my wife Glynis and I came, and we landed in Cleveland on the trip to come here, and it was a blizzard. It was spring symposium, but it was a blizzard. And so we came an extra day early just in case. But knowing that it is still winter time, and we know there are still seasons in this world, we know summer is not that far away. So knowing that summer's coming, we'd also like to present you with the United States Jiu-Jitsu official pass. So when you're out there on the course, or wherever you might be, you can also have keep the sun off your eyes.
Oh, okay. No, I just want to thank you. I just want to thank everybody, you know, for loving George and appreciating him. Wow, he worked hard at this, but you know what? He loved it. That's why he worked hard at it.
Thank you.
You gotta go all the way up to go down. They just need to see.
Shots received, get up there.
That's fine. That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
Okay, we'd like to get to the rest of the awards tonight. We do have a lot of work to do, so we're going to try to keep this thing moving as much as possible. Hanshi Anderson was with, as you know, Bill Kim. And Bill Kim was with the Kwanmukan later on. When they were in the United States, there wasn't a Kwanmukan presence, and they connected up with Byung-Chul Kro from the Shotokan. And he was a direct, Byung-Chul Kro was a direct student from the Koshi. So for some of you guys that wondered how the Kwanmukan got all its Japanese kata, we learned all the same kata with the Korean names. So this all happened about 1970 or so. And right around this 1970, 72, karate was starting, Taekwondo was trying to work its way in the Olympics, and this big push for martial arts in the Olympics started. It started that early. And during that period of time, we were training in Ojo Kim's dojo, and he came up with his own kata. Kibo Gam, Ilchu and Elchu. Right? Well, shortly after that, there was a little dispute over something, and four of Ojo Kim's senior students went their own way, and they created an organization called the Central Taekwondo Association. And our vision of the Central Taekwondo Association was to do for Taekwondo what Bob Trias of the USA Karate Federation was going to do, or was doing for karate. That was our goal. So Bob Cheney, Don Willis, George Anderson, who was the fourth one? Pardon? Larry Lund. Those were the four people that left to create the Central Taekwondo Association. Well, I was on the scene at that time, and I thought, well, the first thing we need to do is we need to have an organization. So we need to incorporate. And we set up a person here, where's Woody Wilson, agreed in Worcester, Ohio, to hold the first meeting. Now, there's something you have to know about Woody. If you're not there on time, he locks the door. And he locked the door. Right? Whatever time the meeting was, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, right on the dot, he locked the door. Needless to say, he sent Hanshi Anderson to the roof because somebody he was waiting for wasn't there. He was there, because if I was there, he was there. We were there on time. We were about 2 minutes early. But we made that meeting. And we created the Central Taekwondo Association. Woody Wilson was the first president, I was the first secretary, and we incorporated that organization and we started to do some work. What happened with the Central Taekwondo Association is we've kept it alive, but essentially we ran into Terrell McClanahan, introduced George Anderson to Bill Keppel. A number of us drove overnight from Ohio, Akron to Peoria, Illinois. If you know that drive, it's 14 straight hours back then. And we got there in time to find a hotel and get up and go to his dojo without eating. And we didn't eat till 7 or 8 o'clock that night. They didn't eat in Peoria. And so, based on that meeting, Phil Keppel recommended George Anderson to be to the head of Taekwondo, all the Taekwondo systems of the United States Karate Association. And so the Central Taekwondo Association took it back for her. But the interesting story about this, for those of us that were in the dojo a lot back then, well, first off, anybody here besides me and Woody at that first CTA meeting? Danny Stevens, were you there? Yes. Yeah, the 3 of us at least here that were at that first meeting. Pam Hickey was there, so 4 people from back in that time frame are still here. So we got the Central Taekwondo Incorporated, ready to go, and then I gave him the corporation papers, he signed them, I gave him the certificate of incorporation, he goes, you know, I got a new name. Immediately after we had all that paperwork done, he changed the whole thing. And the new name was Kwanmukan. And that's how the Kwanmukan got started. So then we started, Kwanmukan really became the dojo, and Central Taekwondo became the organization. The CTA probably had anybody who was in Ohio or stayed near Ohio was a member of that. We were a big organization at the time, and we were one of the moving things in the United States. We had national championships and everything else underneath that group. We would like to recognize 4 people for the Central Taekwondo Hall of Fame tonight that were part of that movement in that time frame. So Woody, would you mind coming up and handing these out? First one though goes to Woody Wilson as founding member and first president. Those of you who might remember, this is the first Central Taekwondo Association patch. We'd also like to recommend Danny Stevens, which is one of the founding members of the organization. Danny? Stay up here. Stay up here. And we'd also like to recognize Charles Goins. Some of you guys may appreciate this. Charles had a nickname, which I don't know if I presume you knew he had. It was called Thunder Punch. The reason why he had that nickname is he never knew what the word stop meant. So whenever the referee would say stop, he would punch. And a lot of us felt the power of that punch after the young man. Okay?